Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 14 of Podcast Lost in Space. I'm on a laptop. I apologize for the shakiness. We're headed into the holidays
Why didn't you put it on a table?
because I
Yeah,
don't have a
I'm
table in this room.
I'm on
I
a tablet.
I don't have a table in this room.
I claimed the table.
Yeah, Alyssa kicked
In
me
our
off the
house.
table.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You guys could have shared.
It's an audio podcast anyway. Yes, if you're watching the video part, we are in a very different scenery, me and Alyssa. We're both actually at Mom's house.
They are like 50 feet away from each other, but refuse to
Less.
share a screen.
Yep, we can't share. We're siblings. You know how it is.
Yes.
Well, Seneca doesn't.
No, I just had older guy friends decide that they were my big brother. So I only know certain aspects of siblinghood.
Alyssa, were you here last week?
No.
Okay, introduce yourself again. Everybody else was here last week.
I'm Alyssa. I'm the little sister of the group, and I've been away at school, and I'm finally home for the holidays. So I was away from home for 126 days.
Not
That's
that
awesome.
counts.
I did. Well, I got bored because it was dead week, and I didn't have anything to do, and so then I was like, I wonder how long I've been gone for, and then I counted.
You're supposed to be studying.
Yeah.
See?
Okay. Well, I did.
She did
but
study. She studied.
There's
That's why she
also
missed the
this
podcast
thing
last week.
called procrastination,
Oh.
where you get done with studying.
The reason I missed podcast was for a very good reason, because I'm trying to get a 4.0 right now, and I had it going into finals, so then I wanted to keep it, and one of my classes I discovered I needed like a 45 out of 50 on my final to get an A, because I was like at the border of like 90, 89.7 or whatever, and I ended up getting 100%.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Thank God I'm not your sibling. You make us look bad.
What are you talking about? You get judged just like me with.
Yeah, you do. You basically are my sibling.
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
It goes me, Newman, Alex.
No. My grades are way better than Ryan's.
But Ryan's doing something with his life, so.
Who's that?
I'm
You think
just
we're
gonna
kidding? We
sit
can
over
get.
here, because technically I'm not a part of the siblinghood.
Yeah. You're just a
So-
friend.
So,
My
Alyssa,
grades don't matter.
the other people joining them, just quickly, or we got Ryan. Ryan, say hi.
Hello.
There we go. We got Seneca.
Am I
Seneca.
supposed to speak? Because if you tell me to, I'm just gonna not.
No, I just
Hi.
briefly, we're kind of skimming over intros. I'm being lazy right now. And then let's do, as always, Liz, how are your 2 weeks?
2 weeks were pretty uneventful because it was, like I said, dead week and then finals week. So far I've gotten A's on all my, well, no, lies. I got A's on 3
Right back.
finals. My other final for intercultural comm, but I needed like a 75% on it to get an A in the class because I was doing really well in that class anyway. I walked out. I even studied.
Did
I
he
read the
just
book.
leave?
Yeah, I
He
don't know.
just
He'll be
walked
back.
out.
I
Stop clicking the pen.
Why did I have a feeling that was it?
Oops. But yeah, I walked out of that final, and me and my friend both looked at each other. And we're like, "What the fuck just happened?" Like, I was like, yeah, I was speechless because so many of the questions were like, "What?" And I didn't even study for the last 2 tests, and I ended up getting 82s on them, and I was like, that was completely different and everything. But I ended up getting 5 points more than I needed, so I ended with an A in the class.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool.
See, if I
and
needed
then-
a 75 to get an A, I would have just not studied. It would have been a question if I showed up or not.
that's
and then I flew home on Thursday. So I had a final at 1 and then a final at 3, and then I flew out at 7. Then I flew out and made it home around 12:30. Yeah, so I've just been chilling at home with my family.
Newman, how have you been?
Good. I went and had an on-site interview for a new job, and it went okay. They invited me back for one more hour-long technical interview, so let's see how that goes. Um,
The text message chain you sent me about that interview.
oh yeah, it was kind of complex, and the interviewer and I were on different pages for the technical part, so that's why it was kind of difficult. But like I passed with flying colors, like all the human stuff, and they really liked my like personality, so that's why they wanted me to come back. And then I saw Star Wars yesterday.
Don't spoil anything.
That will be a major talking point for this podcast.
What happened to your waiting to go see it with your girlfriend?
I couldn't wait a week.
He mentioned that too, of like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try, but
Yeah.
I told her, and it was like, hey, I'm just going to go see it. And before we started dating, she hadn't seen any of the Star Wars movies, so I knew she wouldn't be too genuinely upset.
okay.
Was it good?
Yes.
But don't spoil.
It was
Yeah.
good. It definitely feels different than the other Star Wars, like all 6. It feels different, and that's the whole J.J. Abrams
Yeah.
versus
Somebody nod their head when you're done talking.
Lucas Williams.
Okay.
I'm not like talking about the story at all.
He's just being a baby. Whatever.
It was good. It's definitely better than the prequels, but it's the childhood nostalgia of the originals that are preventing me from putting it better than 4, 5, and 6.
Anything's better than the prequels.
But even the prequels kind of had a similar feel to 4, 5, and 6, and this one just feels completely different. It's not bad.
It is a different director under a different company.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We
Like,
freed
it's
it
not,
from.
If it was the exact same, I would actually be very concerned.
Yeah, we freed it from the monster that is Lucas.
like I said, it wasn't bad, or it like definitely wasn't bad. It's definitely good, but it's a different feel. I'm gonna hold off all my final judgments until I see it again next week.
And then we can discuss on Sunday, because,
We'll have seen it by then.
well, I hopefully will.
You're coming on
We'll have
Monday.
seen it by
We're going to see it
Maybe.
tomorrow.
Possibly.
No, you are.
Possibly.
Otherwise, I'm going to spoil it for you. I did appreciate all the mania about Star Wars. It was very much this is a holiday for all of geekdom. Everybody
Did you see
enjoy.
the Star Wars oranges?
Yeah,
Yes.
there was Star Wars everything.
There were
Absolutely
grapes, too.
everything. It was like the greatest
so dumb.
marketing campaign ever.
So dumb.
Well,
They
and
just, Alyssa, your headphones are almost dead.
No, how do you know?
Turn your head. Turn your head other way, other way, other way. See the flashing red light?
Dad gave me batteries.
yeah, no, the marketing blitz alone was amazing. Like, that part we can talk about without worrying about a spoil.
You mean oranges that they just put a BB-8 on?
Or the grapes that they put Yoda on. The green grapes. Like, and I think it really speaks to how much Star Wars is actually ingrained in the bones of the culture now.
Yeah, but it was still just.
It was a bit too much.
It's excessive. We can look at it and be like, that's silly. But the fact that a grape company went, you know what, we can boost sales?
Another fear that I have, and this isn't like about Star Wars, this is about Disney in general, is it's a year and a half before the next Star Wars movie comes out, and that is the shortest amount of time.
It's not a trilogy episode, though.
Well, no, but that's the shortest amount of time between Star Wars movies, and I feel like Disney's doing the same thing with Marvel movies. Like, before Disney acquired Marvel, the movies were like, they were rare, they were always exciting because it's been a while.
They were
bad. They weren't necessarily.
Go watch The Incredible Hulk. They were bad.
That was not Marvel, or was it?
Yes, it is.
I'm talking.
That was the last pre-Marvel or pre-Disney Marvel movie.
I'm talking from Iron Man 1 and forward.
Those were Disney Marvel. Iron Man was owned by Disney at that. Iron Man is a Disney production.
Oh, really?
The minute the Marvel movies got good, it was because Disney owned it and Disney money was involved.
Beside the fact, I feel like Disney is pushing out too many movies too quickly, and people are going to get burnt out. Before, you may get one superhero movie once every 2 years, and that was good. But now we're getting 3 a year, sometimes 4 a year, and it's a year and a half between Star Wars, which is the shortest amount of time that has passed between Star Wars movies. And I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I feel like they're big money makers.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to suck as much money as quickly.
They made over $500 million this weekend.
Yeah.
You also have to realize, though, our society is definitely becoming more instant gratification. People aren't as
that is
willing
true.
to wait like 3. I mean, like, I've been waiting years for a book that's coming out that was supposed to come out in October. And I am okay. I'm not exactly pleased. But now I'm waiting until June. But that's because, like, I am used to the process of just waiting for books and pretty much just saying, like, I'm not even going to start this series that I know that I'll love until the entire thing is out.
Or I get her hooked
People
on it, and
now,
then I tell her that the last
hate
book isn't out yet.
I want the Thorn of Emberlane to come out. Ugh.
I guess that is true. We have gone very.
The other.
I need it fast and I need it now.
We're the now generation.
We are.
No, that's the generation after us, I thought.
Well, we are the instant gratification generation that is that weird mix of now and can be patient-ish.
The 2000 kids got a name that I thought was really interesting, but I don't remember what it was.
You have a phone. I just saw you checking it.
True.
Anyways, how was your week, Alexander?
Good. I worked, and I'm house sitting, which, like, it's awesome. It's an advantage of me being single, not paying rent, you know, having a computer that I'm really used to taking around, is I can go house sit for all these people. The problem is, very quickly, what I've realized is, unless I'm house sitting for mom and dad, or, like, another techie, a real techie, internet speeds don't cut it. Like, Wi-Fi systems that people set up don't cut it. They don't do what I need them to do.
Do you want to house sit for me next week?
I mean, no, but well, you might see me in January. But so, and it's kind of, I'm hit a point where I don't get anything done when I'm house sitting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't apply for anything. I don't do anything because it just becomes, well, I'm here. I've got some time to kill, but also, it seems every time I house sit for people, my week gets hectic. And I had normal work this week, but then I also babysat, and then I had dance on Saturday, and then we're doing something tonight, and I was like, so it's been a interesting thing of like, oh yeah, no big deal, house sitting's easy, and then immediately like, oh my god, everything's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
They have an adorable kitty who woke me up at 4 a.m. because she was trapped in the closet.
Her name's Elsa.
And I just hear boom, 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 boom. This time, I took one of my swords with me because they've become a blanket for me.
I really hope he didn't kill the cat.
No, I didn't kill the cat.
Lauren would cry.
But I did want to kill. I was like looking at the cat. I'm like, I hate everything about you right now.
I wonder if my cat will come visit again.
She also attacked my feet when I'm sleeping.
They do
And
that.
It's
yeah.
cute, but at the same time, I'm like, it's 3 a.m.
I need
Let
to
me
come
go back
visit.
to sleep.
It's a cat.
I know. I remember why I'm a dog person.
They don't all do that.
I'm a dog person. Cats are evil monsters.
I love my evil monster. So.
That's been my week. Mom's being weird now. Sunny, how have you been?
So work's been pretty slow on my end. I think I mentioned that last week in the podcast. But so I volunteer as well as working and as well as like the research stuff that I do. So this week I did 20-ish, probably more, hours of volunteering at domestic violence and sexual assault services back in the area that I live in. And it was great because I got to actually see clients like throughout the whole week, where usually I see them during my 4-hour shift because we try to do about 4 hours a week. And like I help them with a DVPO or a SAPO or an anti-harassment order. Well, I can say the full names, but you know. Or like I just do some emotional support, or I help them with maybe their first or their second wave of resources to try and figure out what's going to work for them. But then I usually don't see them again, simply because I only come in when I have the time to do so, and that doesn't necessarily correlate with when they have the time to come in. So this week I literally saw people go through the whole process of a protection order, literally walk some of them to the courthouse to get the news of if they were going to have a protection order granted or if they were even going to get a court date. And that was really great because, I mean, you know, not everybody had the good news that they were hoping for, but it was really great to go through that process with them and be that continuity of care for them instead of having them retelling their story 18 different times.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great, and I did a lot of volunteering, and the staff was kind of like, you don't have to come in again, and I was just like, no, I have the time.
I've got nothing else going on.
And so I did that, and then I did a lot of reading of articles for the research that I'm doing right now, and then I got to see my boyfriend Friday, and I went on a double date, which is not really my speed, but it was fun, I guess. You know, it wasn't bad. Double dates are weird to me. Yeah.
Why?
Okay, so
Are you close to the other couple?
well, I'm close with one of them. I haven't really hung out with the other guy a ton. My boyfriend has kind of hung out with my friend and has never met her boyfriend. But it's also just like I am so used to hanging out with my boyfriend with friends in general that like we're not super coupley in public anyways. So double date is kind of like, can't we just hang out like human beings? Does it have to be considered a date? Can't we just go do fun things as a group?
That's fair.
Yeah. So
I've never
you know, it's just
I asked, but I've never had a chance to do it because when I had girlfriends, none of my friends had a girlfriend or boyfriend.
yeah.
And now that a few of my friends actually have relationships, I don't, so I've never actually had a chance. But for me, it's always made sense if you're friends with the other couple.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're gonna go to a fancy dinner. It's gonna be more datey. But hey, we're gonna bring some other people along because let's be a little more social to this time around.
Well, that's the thing too. You also have to keep in most of the times when we've been invited on double dates, it hasn't been like we know the couple super well. It's like a guy friend of Brian has a potential interest, and
So you're like the buffer kind of.
So I am the test strip essentially. You know, you put the two girls together and you see how they mesh, which for me is really frustrating because it's like, dude, no offense, but like your relationship is your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned.
I don't want to be.
Go, Ryan.
Go for it.
You mentioned that it was more than just like, why can't we just hang out? What's the difference between going on a double date and just hanging out with another couple?
So when you go on a double date, there's usually the thing of like, we're gonna go out to a nice dinner and we're gonna spend a lot of money, and I am definitely a cheapskate, but also like I know that sometimes my budget and like my couple budget isn't the same as another couple's budget. So I don't want to make that assumption. So sometimes that can be weird. And also very few people are willing to do at-home double dates where you cook, which A, saves a bunch of money. B, there isn't as much background noise. And C, there's usually less drama because there's not the whole thing of like splitting the check if that is a deal, or there's just less junk to really deal with, and you don't have to deal with the parking and it's just, honestly, double dates are just a process 9 times out of 10. So I kind of
probably go on a double date with a couple you know.
Yeah, and it's like more the stigma, especially if you don't know, because like if it's somebody you do know or you're used to, you know their like their ideas.
Yeah, this is a couple that I know, but my boyfriend doesn't know really. Like he knows the female of the relationship, but he's never met the guy before. Yeah. And so it was kind of like, for him, it was kind of like, okay, I have no clue who this person is. And I'm sitting there and going, I'm really sorry. We got invited on this. I told you like the whole situation and you agreed. So
So what you're saying is next time I have to drag a friend, somebody I'm trying to go, and they're like, can we do a double date? I'll invite you.
You're paying for our dinner. And I mean our, as in like the girls
I know.
Ain't
that's
nobody
got argument.
So,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not that I dislike having double dates with kind of random couples. It's just, it makes it weird, and it makes double dates in general just kind of become this thing where it's like, I don't know if I really want to do this.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Tangents.
Also, yeah, when you're all hanging out as friends, it doesn't matter if somebody has to come late because of work. When it's a double date, there's all the like.
Yeah.
You're supposed to arrive together and you get the table for 4 and you all order. So
Ryan,
It's the stigma.
anyway, it's just
did you do the recipe this week?
Nope, I forgot.
It was super easy.
What was it?
The mom made a sausage mix.
Mm-hmm.
That was basically, you take ground up turkey sausage, you grind up some other normal, like regular sausage, and you cook it in a pan with some vegetables and some spice.
That's easy.
Oh, that does look good.
Did you even look at it?
He promised me he was going to do it Tuesday or Wednesday.
He
I
wrote.
forgot.
Oh.
I
I
got
think I
home.
said.
I got home and I kissed my my recipe book, my textbook from culinary school, because I missed it.
Alyssa, do me a favor and go grab Sylvia to show her to the camera.
Probably gonna be doing a lot of cooking this week.
Since I'm house sitting, it's weird because I don't know what's in the fridge, and I don't want to buy myself new food.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been living basically off Ritz crackers, and the fact that I keep going to like I keep going to coming up here or going to events
Mm-hmm.
where people are paying for my food anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite sandwich shop in Redmond closed.
What
Wait,
shop
what?
is that?
Mike's Brooklyn Bagels,
What?
Oh.
and it got replaced by a SoCal burrito shop run by a white dude.
Did a California burrito.
I did. They're good.
They are really good.
They had French fries in it.
Yeah, but the first
What?
time I had a California burrito has like French fries and some meat and sour cream and sometimes guacamole and
French fries.
yeah,
It was really good.
they're really good.
I've had a
And
potato burrito before.
very
Never had
filling.
Fries.
Yes.
I'll have to go check that out.
But it replaced my favorite sandwich shop, which is disheartening.
That's sad. Yeah, you always go there.
But I guess that was the other thing I learned this week.
Hey, the Bison won, and they're on their way to their 5th consecutive championship. So hopefully they'll win it, so they can have 5th consecutive national championship titles.
Ooh.
That's exciting.
What division are
Sports.
you? Are you D2?
No, we're D1 at FCS.
What's that?
I don't understand any of that.
So
Not
like-
NCAA.
no, we are. We're division, but it's like UW and stuff are FBS, and they play bowl games, and then like we're FCS, and we play championship games. We're like a subdivision of Division 1.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't have a big enough stadium or like enrollment or something to be
Alright.
in the big division.
We're going to move on to our big topic, in which Seneca can't do anything about. Holiday traditions. Newman, start. I'm going to go find my mom, and
I'm trying to
we're just gonna
think.
let her do this.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've had a holiday to do.
What you did some stuff at school, didn't you? Didn't you guys get into some rhythms at school?
Well, there was like our school traditions that we always did, and then
I mean, it's a holiday tradition.
you want me to go and explain like our holiday dinner that we had?
Did you do Friendsgiving?
We actually did like Thanksgiving. We had like that's where I went for Thanksgiving this year. Why did I get put on the spot? I was not mentally prepared for this. Someone else take over.
I can't really speak to this because, this has come up multiple times now. I was raised by a single father, love him to bits and pieces, but we don't really do holiday traditions just because he works a ton and he's in IT, so that's a thing. And I, like, usually, quite frankly, like, for the last couple of years, I've been dragged over to my boyfriend's place for Christmas morning to open presents with them. Thanksgiving is even in high school, I was dragged over to other people's Thanksgivings because my dad was working or he had like a political event to go to. So I kind of did the holiday family hop where they were never my
that's a thing
home.
on itself.
Now it's weird because I don't have the holiday hop tradition anymore. Now I'm usually with Brian's family.
Yeah.
But Brian's family has kind of moved to Arizona, so I don't know what's happening this year. So I could be holiday homeless.
Come with us.
I mean, actually, my mom's gonna come because you know what, we're here, and she'll yell at me if we get it wrong. So she'll come explain some of the things she likes to do. But on my end, me and my friends, No, on my end, actually. My friends and I, we our big one is New Year's. We always end up just, everybody comes over for New Year's. It's like, hey, if you want to bring alcohol, bring your alcohol. But since I don't drink, and Taylor doesn't drink, and like 2 of my other friends don't drink, it tends to be a dry night where we're all just hanging out. And we've gotten into the habit, like the last 3 years running, of watching Kim Possible into the new year, which I'm not going to complain about because I fucking love Kim Possible. But that became kind of a thing, and it's something I really value, like just getting friends together in one spot for New Year's, and having that option of like, hey, we'll start at like 3 or whatever. Just come over whenever you want, hang out for a bit, go to your party afterward. But so many of us don't drink, and we're not going to go to a work party or something. We're just like, fuck that. That it worked out. The other thing we tried to do for like 3 years, we tried to get into the habit of going to Paint the Town.
When was that? I don't remember that.
That wasn't you. That was me, Mads, Sarah, Taylor. We tried to, or was it Sarah and Constance? Whatever. We tried to get into the habit of doing that, like after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. And that was expensive. Nobody really uses those pots or plates. And I think it was the group, kind of the 3 of us that were, it was the 3 of us that kind of split up a little bit, separated. But we tried to get a little tradition going there.
Sorry.
No, but those are really the big ones that I did with my friends.
I don't really.
You don't have friends.
Oh, Mom's coming down here.
Yeah, you don't have friends.
There is one thing that is not technically a tradition, but I'm hoping might turn into a tradition. So when I was little, it used to be like you go visit the family back in like Indiana or Kansas, and you do their Christmas traditions, which are different for my dad's family and my mom's family. Yeah. Well, so it's been a couple last Christmas, it had been a couple Christmases since I'd actually like gone to the official family Christmases, because I had stuff going on. Do you want to hear it down here, Mom? Yeah. But so my dad and I actually went to a live showcase of Fiddlers on the Roof, and which had kosher Chinese food included, and it was a lot of fun for Christmas. That was our Christmas thing. Nice. And it was a lot of fun, and I want that to kind of become a thing, but I don't know.
I guess one thing that I do every Christmas, and this kind of started with my family, and I've carried over to this year with my girlfriend, is we always, because we're Jewish, we would always go see a movie on Christmas. So this year I am seeing Star Wars again on Christmas morning. Looking forward to that. Going to McMinimans in Oregon and have good beer, have good food, and watch a movie.
The other thing you always did was it's every Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, depending on, you would come to our house and have Christmas ham.
Christmas ham, or the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
But like it was awesome because you were the one friend I knew I would be able to see and escape from the family hell. Because you were Jewish. You didn't have to do anything.
I never was doing anything on Christmas.
All right, and we're joined by Mom.
Hey, you can see
holiday traditions, and it's her traditions.
She's the reason we have them. Mom here. Hey, podcast people. All right, first tradition. Those we started collecting since you were little people. They're pins on our stockings, pins and buttons of special events that happened during your year.
I should grab a few this year. 2 or 3
events, and we collect them. And then I spend the weekend of Christmas poking my finger and getting hurt, putting them on.
And for about 3 years, she thought she'd thrown them in the trash.
Yeah. Sad story. Yeah, we thought they were gone. Yeah, and then all of a sudden we found them. Why I threw them? Let's be fair.
She was mad at us, and she goes, "I'm throwing them out," and threw them in a bucket.
In the bag, and you said no, and then Alyssa said no, and I said fine, and then I put them in a plastic bag. And I put them in the garage,
and I thought I'd thrown them out in the garbage.
And
Thinking
it took until we
garbage.
moved from the old house in Redmond
Mhm.
for us
But
to
I
find
had
them.
put them up in the linen closet, which I never go to. And when we were moving, I saw them, and what happened?
She started crying.
Because it's a big deal. It's
It was
been
a big
since we
deal.
were babies.
Yeah. This is
Our
Alex.
other big gift tradition, our tradition with Christmas itself,
Yeah.
is normally we
Okay.
do the open a present on Christmas Eve,
One present.
one present, and then the rest are in the morning.
Yeah.
But this time around,
Santa's coming early.
because we're going up to
Canada.
Canada to see Grandma.
Another
Yeah, I
tradition
couldn't even come up Christmas like you were asking me to.
Well, I just found out that
day,
Not
Christmas Day, we're not here.
it worked out for you, Ryan.
Yeah, it worked out perfect, Ryan. I love you. My son.
Come on, Boxing Day.
We also normally every like Thanksgiving set up our Christmas tree. And I think she did it this year by herself.
I can't help. It
'Cause I
actually
was
kills
gone.
me.
Oh yeah, and Alex can't help because he's allergic. And he's
Asthma.
allergic. We get a fake tree, but then he's allergic to the dust. And then we got a real tree, and he's allergic to the real tree.
Now we have
And
a
then I'm
real
looking
tree.
for the dust on the ornaments.
Of a fake tree.
So all by myself, I did all the traditions. And then wait, and then the other tradition that I just completed, so it's done, is that I used to collect their old T-shirts. At the end of every year, they gave me like their favorite T-shirts, and then we cut up the emblem or
The
whatever was
design.
on the T-shirt. And this year, I completed the project. I have a lady who produced
But t-shirt
the
quilt.
T-shirt quilts.
Mhm.
Now they know that it's coming, but they don't know what it looks like, and it's awesome.
So wait,
another-
every year you would have to give up your favorite shirt and then it would just get cut
well, they were
up?
all normal.
They were all-
These are the ones that didn't fit anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or they're worn out, or
Yeah.
instead of
Or the armpits are white instead of black because, deodorant.
I would cut out the logo, and then they each had a box, and over the school year we collected them, and it's about 100 squares, but the quilt, she ended up with 2 quilts because she has too many squares. So she had 75 squares, and Alexander has 55.
In
That
a
are-
shocking turn of events, my little sister has too much clothes.
Girl.
And then another one is every year we get a picture ornament with our
Current
Like-
picture.
school picture, or I guess now it's picture of whatever because we don't really have school pictures anymore. That goes on the tree. And then ornaments of something like that. Like when my mom and I went on vacation, we get an ornament from like that trip. And so it's just,
And a pin.
yeah, so like right now our tree is full of ornaments.
I got a lot of pins to put on.
I forgot to buy pins this year.
I just put up last year's pin on yours, which
What is it?
Did I buy a Calgary pin or did I forget to do that?
No, I just put on his pin. Where is it?
The problem is it's remembering when you're doing the thing to be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, shit, I need to buy a pin for Christmas. And it's like January.
Oh, here it is.
What is it? You can't see it. It's
Oh yeah, cool. I did buy a
it's
Calgary
Calgary.
pin.
cool. There you go.
Good me. I think I bought that the day before I left.
And then this year is going to be weird too because normally every year we have dinner with the Forbes. We're not. I don't know if we're doing that, but it's like the one family we ever celebrate holidays with.
Because of my mom's ill, we're gonna
Yeah.
not be doing the regular thing. Mom's ill.
Yeah.
Hey, I told Alexander. I don't know if you talked about it already, but I wanted to do a podcast dinner with the podcasters.
Okay.
Podcast dinner? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bye,
she wants
Mom.
to give you food.
I like food.
All right.
Anyways, Kissy.
It's now on the internet forever.
I know. Oh.
Hey, Brian. Bye.
Bye.
Figured we'd take advantage of the fact that we're in Mom's house to bring her
Is she
on.
going to come upstairs and now join you?
I just locked the door.
Or the guest room?
It makes her happy. She's been wanting to.
Yeah. Our family does a lot of little things.
Yeah. We also normally go to Leavenworth, which I don't know what we're gonna do.
Do we?
Yeah.
I don't go with you.
Well, yeah. You don't do a lot of things with us, but I don't know if we're gonna go because of
It's kind of true.
Pat.
Sassy.
He doesn't do anything with us.
For a while, it was because I was working, and for another while, it was because I'm like, every time I go with you, I'm gonna get yelled at. It's not worth it. So I would just kind of like, no, I'm busy, guys. Sorry.
They just hate us. But, oh, it doesn't feel like Christmas because I've been gone.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I was going to say, it's 60 degrees here. It doesn't feel like the holidays at all.
And
Fuck you.
I came from snow to no snow.
Oh, I realized I forgot to talk about what I started doing this week. I'm going to do an actual write-up of it for the website, too. But I went to the doctors. I was told I weigh 213 pounds.
Jesus.
And so immediately the doctor was like, hold on, being attacked by a mother.
And now that will forever be on the internet.
Yeah. And the doctor's like, look, you need to start exercising. And I'm like, yes. And I should probably stop eating a packet of,
a package of M&Ms a day.
Not a day, a week.
Sure, because
That's expensive.
Almost every single time I
It is
come
expensive.
over to visit you, you're like, I need to buy this, or I just got this, and I'm just like.
So in Calgary, I got in the habit of eating a lot of chocolate because it was cold and I wanted chocolate.
So
And now I can't get out of that habit. And it's
just
a
go
problem.
cold turkey. Cold turkey.
I don't have the willpower to do cold turkey.
Cold turkey for a year, and then you won't like them anymore.
That's fair. But I convinced Mom, because Mom got her own lecture of, you need to start working out too. You have a heart murmur. And so
Your
Mom,
heart just go, hey, Alexander,
yeah.
don't eat this.
So we started. We signed up for a gym up here, and so I've started doing that.
Are you working out with your mom?
Well, I would like to, except like this morning when I came up here, I called Mom. It took me about 20 minutes. She goes, okay, I'll be ready in 20 minutes. It took me about 20 minutes to drive up here. I get to the gym. I send a message being like, hey, I'm here. 20 minutes after that, Mom showed up. I was already 2/3 of the way through my workout because I had to make sure I ran out here and came to
2/3? That's a short workout.
Today it was. Normally I'm trying to do about an hour, but I'm starting slow, like smaller bits because I don't want to hurt myself.
Which is good because you don't want to push it too quick, too fast, and then end up like hurting yourself or being at like the point where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. So I'm trying to come up. The doctor goes an hour a day, and I went, sure, every other day. I'm actually going to go to the gym because that's way more manageable than doing it every day right now. So I'm calling it. When I do the write-up, I'm gonna call it Operation Respec, which is a WoW joke on its own. And I'm taking some cue from both Rooster Teeth and Will Wheaton. There's been a bunch of like, yeah, I need to like fix myself. So I started that this week. And
that's the thing I've noticed with. I don't know if it's our age or our generation or what, but a lot of people in their early 20s, post-college or late into college, all of a sudden just become like bodybuilders and hardcore workout. I've noticed that a lot with a lot of my friends.
My grade, like, scrawny dude, actually the grade above me, but they just all became bodybuilders and they're all ripped now, and I'm like, do you go to school or do you just go to the gym all the time?
So I was going to say, I think that's a big part of it is the minute you're done with college, you find you have time to go to the gym. You don't have to worry about homework. You don't have to worry about replacing certain sets of time with homework.
But it's also not just that. It's also the fact that a lot of jobs these days are you sit at a desk and that is like you do that for however long you're working that day. You don't have homework when you get home most likely. So you're like, I need to move because otherwise, like, I'm literally sitting on my ass.
I've been a potato for the last year.
Yeah.
Actually,
that's actually why I like my volunteer work because we walk around a lot with people.
That's actually not true. Since I work with kids, I haven't had a chance to be a potato.
Most jobs.
And I'm not going to say that all jobs do because, like,
no, definitely not.
waitresses.
Oh, yeah,
Kitchen.
Yeah.
I was a hostess, and I used to get, like, especially on the weekends when we would open up, like, extra rooms, I would get, like, by 12 o'clock I'd have 10,000 steps in.
Yep.
So it was, like, no big deal. But now that I think about it, it's like, you think, like, when you're in school you sit in class all day, but you don't. When
you
you're
walk
on
all the
campus, you
places.
walk everywhere. And I
Yeah,
notice sometimes
seriously.
how much I walk and stuff, and it's great because I
And
got
it's a
sick.
power walk, too, because you
Yeah.
have
'Cause
5
you're
minutes
like,
to get to your
I
next
have to
class.
go.
Yeah, but like I got sick, or I was like I had this weird cough thing for most of my semester, and so I went really strong 4 days a week to the gym, and then I got sick, and then I was like out, but I had not yet, knock on wood. We just talked about it yet anyway. But I haven't gotten that freshman 15 or anything, and so I'm excited to go back and go to the gym. But I think it's because I have to walk. You have to walk so much, and I don't eat a lot of junk food. Either.
Hey, let's, real quick, before Sunny goes, you actually do this, right?
Oh yeah,
I wasn't wrong? I didn't remember
No.
that wrong? Okay,
I
good.
do. I go knock on wood. Yeah.
All right, Sunny, go.
So it's not January yet, but I'm really proud, and I don't have a scale here, and I'm not gonna check it over the holidays, and I don't know if I'll
Yeah.
actually be back at my scale to check before, well, January 1st. But so I have lost and kept off 10 pounds
Nice.
for nearly 6 months now, and I'm actually in the process of still losing a little bit more weight because I'm doing it slow without driving myself crazy. I don't pay for a gym membership. The working out that I do is at home.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not obviously at my apartment right now because you can't see the little kitchen behind me, but usually right about here you would see a little piece of paper that has a bunny on it doing yoga poses, and like I do that at home when I get stressed out, and I do little,
wanna do
weightlifting things
yoga
at
one day.
home. But it makes a big difference because it's not, it's real, like especially with studying for the GRE and grad applications, like I would realize that I was getting stressed out.
They're
Mhm.
good
just go,
study breaks.
Like I need a 5-minute, just something completely else, and I would go work out because it would be a great way for me to just get some of that extra anxious energy out of myself.
Yeah.
And I don't eat a ton of junk food. I still have junk food. I'm not going to say that I don't because that would be a
eat junk
blatant
food.
lie. But yeah, I'm kind of proud.
It blows my mind some of the junk food people eat. Like my now roommate, I got a new roommate. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. My
I
best
remember
friend.
talking about
Oh,
that.
okay, so
You
she's
mentioned it was
officially
coming.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she officially moved in, and she's my best friend, and it's gotten. I mean, we only were together for like 3 days or something. But her and my sweet mate eat so much junk food, and I hate them because their metabolisms or something must be really fast because they're skinny people.
Hey, if you want to
But-
talk about asshole metabolisms, Ryan.
Yeah, seriously. But no, like my sweet mate came in and she like had like a package of donuts and like Doritos and something else, and I was like, how do you eat that? I just don't understand junk food.
Admittedly,
blame
I
my-
do have donuts every once in a while.
I blame my mother.
When I was in school, my go-to study thing would be a bigger Red Bull, 20-ounce Red Bull, and a large packet of Starburst, and I'd have that almost every night.
Gross.
So way back, more like freshman year, he was happy that he had gained 5 pounds.
And then I lost that. I lost 5 pounds after freshman year.
But he was happy because it meant that he had enough mass on his body that his muscles could show definition. He's been like this for as long, he's been like this forever. And it's been one of the funniest things in the world. It's been one of the most annoying things as well to watch as my metabolism slowed down and him just being like, I weigh nothing. I need to gain weight so I can have muscles.
I think over the past 4 years, I've gained maybe 15 pounds.
You got the freshman 15 over 4 years.
Well, I gained all that almost in one semester. I took a weightlifting course. So I gained about 15 pounds of muscle mass that semester.
Nice.
Asshole.
Seriously, I hate you.
But
But it's all about losing or gaining appropriately, you
Yeah.
know? Because, so actually last week we even talked about the fact that 2 weeks ago, I was not really taking care of myself, and I lost a shit ton of weight because of that, which actually, ironically, I'm still at that weight, even though this week I've been eating a lot, and that includes junk food, because I got food to bribe myself to make sure that I was eating.
Yeah.
And I'm not I've actually lost more than the 10 pounds, but I'm not counting that right now because I haven't kept it off for 6 months, first of all. And then second of all, I lost it in an unhealthy manner. So unless I can keep that off for an elongated period of time, I don't count it because that's stress stuff. And I don't want to say, I lost such and such amount of weight or I gained X amount of like muscle mass by doing something that was unhealthy for me.
If only our weightlifter was here to talk about this too.
I know, seriously. I was just thinking about that.
Well, supposedly on Thursday there will be a post about gym and how to keep that going through the new year. So
I'm gonna make all of our viewers my gym conscience.
See?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna make it for me. I'm gonna try to force myself to do a regular weekly post about me about what I did this week. Taking cue from a dozen other places, but kind of one of those things where I'm gonna make myself publicly responsible for what I'm doing.
You go, bro.
And another part of it too is I've got a few friends who. There's one friend in specific who is, basically she can do anything and everything she can. And, now she's getting interviewed with companies and she's off doing big things and doing and I've been seeing her do stuff and I'm like.
When was the last time you talked to her?
Who's her?
Giselle.
Oh.
But, I'm seeing her on her social media just kind of talking about all the things she's actually doing. And there's a risk with social media of people only post the good.
Oh, yeah. Face management.
But every time I see it, I'm like, I could do that. Like, I'm a good enough writer. We're doing this, right? This on its own, it takes a lot more effort than I want to admit. Yeah, Seneca too.
Yes.
Like this
just looking away and nodding.
This is a huge amount of effort, and so I'm doing big things. Seneca's, especially being my second, is doing
the cat herder.
Big things.
It will appreciate me, or I will stop hurting the cats.
Yeah, but seeing seeing my friend do this, every time it posts something, I can do that. I can catch up to that. So I'm getting a little ahead for what I'm doing next year. Or next week, but like, that's where all of this is coming from now, is this kind of mentality of, I can do that. And I'm going to. Like, I might as well.
Yeah.
You go, bro.
Also, I'm sick of looking down and being like, I'm flabby. Poking myself and be like, I look flabby.
But, okay, so I also I follow a model who actually suffered ovarian cancer, and she is considered a plus-size model. She is a very curvaceous figure, and like one of her biggest things, and she's actually been in the news quite a bit lately because somebody took something out of context, and yay. But one of her big posts this or last week, I believe, was the fact that she gets a lot of people who are like, why aren't you tiny, blah blah blah, like don't you feel bad for not being tiny? And in reality, like, she is super, super happy that she had that extra weight, because if she had not, she probably would not have been able to get through her treatment the way that she did, because she had the weight to lose. So when she
could afford to take
she
the
lost
hit.
a lot of weight because of it. And she was okay because of that extra weight. So, and that's not saying that like fat is beautiful or skinny is beautiful or like.
If you're
honestly,
happy with your body, be
you're
happy with your body.
Yeah, as long as you're happy and healthy, frankly, I don't give two figs what you look like.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Thank you.
For the last little while, I've had that problem, the other side of that, where I'm like, I'm not happy with how I look. I could look better. And part of it, too, is my pants aren't fitting anymore. Shit. All right, well, that means...
My pants are getting too loose.
So I'm going to have to loop back. I don't want to buy new pants because I still fit in enough of my pants that if I lose the weight, I'll be able to fit in all of my pants. So it's been interesting.
I mean, that in and of itself can be enough motivation to...
Yeah. I don't want to buy new jeans, even if my mom will buy them for me, because I don't buy new clothing very often.
Though I am gonna say one thing: when you work out and you work out, when you work out certain muscles, your muscles will kind of swell. So
Yeah,
just
I know, and
so
I'm
you're
I'm
aware.
doing I'm working a lot on the cardio side of it.
Okay.
I'm not trying to build muscle. I'm not
Well,
a huge
even-
fan of bodybuilding. I know what you mean, but
But
I'm not a
in
huge fan
general.
of bodybuilding. So I'm not trying to bulk muscle. I'm trying to build lean muscle, which will still bulk me a little bit, but will more. What is he doing? Tell him to stop doing that, Alyssa.
He's playing with popcorn.
I know it made noise.
Oh, Dad, you're supposed to not do that.
But yeah, and so there'll be a big write-up. Maybe I'll get that up. I should get that up soon, but it'll either be a special edition kind of non-normal post, or it'll go up on a Thursday soon. Oh my god. Apparently it's sports ball time.
Well, yeah, I have 2 football games going on right now.
Yeah.
So that was basically. I had a note here that we should talk about staying sane over the holidays.
Oh yeah.
But
I don't think that's
I don't
a
feel like-
possibility.
It
You
is.
can see my parents
it
now.
totally is. I don't think that we have the time to really delve
Yeah.
into
No.
that the way that we should if we were going to.
also, we don't have the people for it because a lot of us don't have some of those. Like, I have other friends who I think could talk about it better. So
We
that might
should
have
do
to
it-
wait till next year.
No, next week, because it's in between 2 holidays.
It's true.
That works.
Not to dismiss anything you have, Sunny, or anything, but like I have a lot of friends who I think could talk about it more.
Well, I
Specifically?
also live with this,
Planners.
Yeah.
and I actually just got my new one, by the way. I'm so excited.
My planner.
I got my new one for next year.
I have a planner right here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're not going into this again.
Although, can I note, I hate typing anything on my phone.
Get a
Old
Bluetooth keyboard.
man.
If you want me to respond to you on text message now, I'm like, use my Google Voice number because I don't want to respond to you on text.
You're
I'll
so
respond. I'm way less likely to respond to people over text or like
Yes,
record
I
something
know.
if I have to use my phone.
I just send you Facebook messages.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but I'm very much old man yells at the clouds about it, and I know it. All right, that's about an hour actually.
Yeah.
So we did it. We made it. We survived. Alyssa, where can they find you? Blah 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 blah.
AlyssaP.com. It's my photography website. I actually am planning on updating that because I have some new stuff for North Dakota while I've been gone. So ALYSSAP.com.
Anything else?
I think that's all. I'm working on Instagram. I think I've decided I want to do that.
So
but-
it sounds like we're gonna get a official Instagram, but that'll be added to the spiel later.
Yes.
Newman, where can they find you? Do you have any MySpace friends?
No, I gave up on that. You can follow me on GitHub, and when I eventually start getting into more stuff, you can fork me.
Why does Newman get on the social media that none of us know? Or I don't know.
Because why not? What else are you gonna do with it? What's your GitHub?
Ryan P. Newman.
Okay. Same thing. Do you have your Instagram yet?
Well,
Me?
technically, doesn't mean that I've actually put anything on it.
What is it? Get followers, and then maybe it'll get you to put it.
No,
Okay.
I'll do that later. I also don't know what the name. I don't know what it is technically. It's one of 2 things. I just don't know which one it is. I could check.
Guys, we
We'll
need to
check.
shape
I'll
I
go
don't,
through
know
my
how,
spiel.
I don't know how I would feel if I randomly got a follower and I didn't even have like an image.
Well, it's a promise of
Be
future images.
Weird. I mean, I guess. It's just I don't know.
Alex, where
Well,
can they
welcome
find
to
you?
Yeah, as always, you can find me at Redbeard, REDBREARD, because I was an idiot as a kid. Look up that or Add242 on just about anything. You'll find me. If you find somebody else with it, let me know because I want to say hi to them. There was only other one person ever on WoW who had the same misspelling, and they deleted their character because they were embarrassed, probably. You can find us and all our stuff at podcastlostInSpace.com.
Oh, I have a follower on Instagram.
You can find us at PlissOfficial on Twitter. You can find us at PlissOfficial on Twitch, which I haven't used this week because I'm on bad internet, but I do plan to start using, especially since I don't have school anymore. I'm going to need something to do. And you can find us at Podcast Lost in Space on Google, or email us at podcastlostinspace@gmail.com. Sunny, what's your Instagram?
SEAE789. Eventually, maybe I'll start it this week because I don't know what I'm doing.
SEAE789.
Yeah.
Cool. Follow Seneca on Instagram. She promises she'll give you each an individualized picture if you follow her.
What? What?
I'm kidding. All right, everybody. We'll see you after Christmas. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Feliz
Blah, blah, blah,
Navidad,
blah.
prospero año y feliz.